like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20, about the 21-yard line.
Deputy! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger!
But right away, they'll change the look. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
There's a short one caught by Fannin. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Miami. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. You look at this Browns defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
But they lack in pass defense. They do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a pass.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Theo Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
70 Timberwolves. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Tampa 11. Tampa 11.
Second and 6. There's a short one caught by Fannin. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll look to throw again. First down, Cleveland. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And the Browns, first down.
Here we go. Stack.
The slot man in motion right. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Left side, he's got the tight end, Fannin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Wisely will throw that one away.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Come on, come on.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
DC, run. DC. Hey,
inside handoff, Henry. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when I left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 3. That'll be complete to Sampson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's good for a Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the former Volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go. Wrap roll 80. Ready.
Looking to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Sampson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And crossover out of bounds right at the 25. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
First down, Browns.
Ready?
A quick throw caught by Rice.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the Ravens 16.
Just need a yard here. Second and 1.
Ready, range. There he goes.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 35, here's second down and 1.
Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep every...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Henry, touchdown, Baltimore.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. And then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Over the middle, that's defended. It's tight end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They go play action here on first down. Now he's going to step up and run. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Left side, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Back to 60, back to 60. Dragons, 18 Rattler.
They'll throw now on the final play. That's laid out deep for Rice. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Oh, good return up past the 30.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Play action. It's Jackson.
That is caught. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8.
17 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Throwing is Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. 4 yards on the touchdown ground. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man, the tight end Phantom. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now they'll change things up.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
18, 5 years.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Rashee Rice, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up
Second and a couple.
At the 34-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Good for Baltimore. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Throw caught by Flowers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 17.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Jackson going to keep it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Checks this down to Sampson. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The
Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Motion man right is Rice.
That'll be complete to Sampson. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Browns' 12-yard line.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.